Alright, hey, how you doing? My name's Chris Lingham. I'm a certified strength and conditioning specialist and the owner of Impact Performance Training. Down here at the Sports Club in Mount Laurel, we like to do a whole bunch of different stuff, and one of the biggest things that I like to preach is how we can integrate our exercise and how to stay mentally prepared for everything that we're going to jump into. Alright, so the first thing I want to do is start off a new segment with you. Every single week I'm going to come with 3 new tips called 3 Tips to Fit. Just going to give you a little advantage to spike your fitness and really achieve something that you may not have been able to do because you might not just know everything and different things that I'm able to teach here and get the same results. Everyone that I teach, I usually get some kind of results, whether it's weight loss, strength gain, or hypertrophy. It's all about 3 things that I believe in. And that's 1, you got to have a mental edge, right? 2, you got to have a little bit of a physical edge. You got to understand what you're doing and the exercises that you're doing. And 3, you got to know a little something about nutrition. So here I'm going to cover all 3 of those bases, right? Physical, nutritional, and a mental edge for you. All right. So the first one that we got is going to be our nutritional guide. All right. So that's set goals. The biggest thing that people jump into plans and jump into a program, but they don't really have any plans for what they want to do. So the first thing we need to do is set goals. What do you want out of your program? Now think about the big picture, but then also think about the small picture. How can we take little goals to make sure that we're accomplishing each one of our small goals so we can get our way to the larger goal? So usually I like to just key on one goal each week. For instance, my last week goal, I said, okay, I'm taking in too much sugar over the holidays. I really need to cut back. So the biggest thing I want to do is I'm a big coffee drinker. I drink coffee every single morning. So what I did is I used to say Splenda was good for me, and I know as an exercise scientist that it's not good for me. So that was the first thing I did. I cut back on that, and I was using 3 packets every single day. So that's a cup every single day. That's 7. That's 21 packets of Splenda that I'm going to go without this week. So as you can see, that can make a really, really big difference in as far as how you're going to go in your fitness. So that's one goal, okay? Alright, another one could be just eating more vegetables, eating more fruit, supplementing that. Maybe taking your vitamins or waking up a little bit earlier or something to make sure you get a breakfast, right? We're eating 5 times a day, every 3 hours. That's one of the biggest things that people don't do. We starve ourselves and then we wonder why we're putting the weight on. We've got to make sure that we're staying, energized and that we're not full, and we can always, take in a meal every 3 hours. We're not gonna overeat. It's gonna help us stay and keep a manageable weight. Alright, second goal this week, exercise progression. One of the biggest things that a lot of people just don't understand, and this is why people hire personal trainers and stuff like that, is because of the understanding of exercise progression. What exercise progression is just overload or specificity, right? We want to basically either train you to a certain thing or we want to train you a certain way to excel what you've already been doing. So exercise progression could be, for instance, if I have you doing squats for a week and I say, alright, I want to do more than just squats, so I'm going to add in a single leg squat on top of that to try and help out building more muscle on that leg. It's also going to give you that little change in pace in your program that's going to allow you to skyrocket to the next weight, whatever it is, maybe 10 pounds, 20 pounds, whatever your goal is to lift that day. All right, also another progression. We got a couple tools here. All right, resistance bands. All right, big thing. Bench press, guys. Wrap these around the base of the bench, around the bar, right? When we're doing our heavy loads, we can train resistance on the way up, and then on the way back down we got eccentric motion that's going to allow you to excel on the bench press. It's going to gain, when you start fatiguing those reps, 235 NFL combine type stuff, it's going to help you, resist that fatigue. Also, got right here a medicine ball, okay? Medicine ball is very functional. You can turn different ways, throw over your head. We use jam balls, we slam them into the ground. We can use these to integrate a little bit of cardio with our fitness program, whether it's jump ups, push ups with these, sit ups with these. Really, really, really nice tools. So usually at every gym they have these laying around. So if you can find one, try and grab one of these and use that one day. Maybe do some curls, ladies. I know you don't like to lift weights. Here's something with this ball right here, 6 pounds. They go all the way up to different weights. We have them from 2 to 12 pounds. We have an 18-pound one, and we have 8-pound jam balls that we use to slam into the ground for cardio. Lastly, our sledgehammer. Think outside the box when you're thinking about exercise. Now, people can say, hey, there's a sledgehammer. What can we do with a sledgehammer? Well, we got stability drills that we can do with our core as far as just leaving it out here, dropping down, doing our squats, boom, turning the other way. You can do jump squats with this. But one of the main things that we use this for is for rotational core strength. We do hammer slams with these on both sides. It really generates a good heart rate and allows people to have a little fun doing something different than just lifting weights all the time. Alright, that's going to do it for the second goal. Our third goal is staying focused, okay? We all start a program just like the first month of school. Everybody jumps in, you're very, very excited. You probably went out, you bought some clothes, got some shoes, right? Probably uploaded your iPod, said, I'm going to lose some weight this month, right? And then all of a sudden, 2 weeks in, you just kind of lose that fire. You're losing, you want to sleep in a little bit more. You don't really want to wake up. You're skipping days. If you have a trainer, you're not answering his phone calls. You're not even telling him what to do. And you're basically paying to not even show up. And half the time, that's what we do with our fitness clubs, right? They get you in the door with $10. Boom. You've come, you're paying for the first 2 months, and all of a sudden you just slack off, and you're paying them for the rest of the year, and you're not even going to the gym, so you're wasting your money. All right, we can all go back and save our money. So the biggest thing is staying focused. If you want to stay focused in your program, then you're going to get results. But if you don't stay focused in your program, you're not going to get results. It's basically that simple. All right, staying focused in the weight room also, maximizing every rep. Make sure you stay focused, right form, breathing. These are the little simple things that are going to help you in the long run. You don't want to have bad form. It's always bad to build a house on a weak foundation. We don't want to be, just trying to stay in, we want to squat 350, so we're just going to keep on upping the weight even though we can't really do a 215-pound back squat with a proper form. It's just not smart, and it's going to lead to an injury. So stay focused on what you're trying to do, what you're trying to accomplish, and stay focused on the path that's actually going to take for you to get there, all right? Dreams aren't made overnight. You got to stay hard, and if you can believe it, you can achieve it, all right? And that's been 3 tips to fit with Chris Lingham, Certified Strength and Conditioning Specialist of Impact Performance Training. And hey, you can go visit my website at www.performimpact.com. All right, and that's www.performimpact.com. Thank you, and I'll see you next week.